Cecil Frail. That's it, they're ready. They're off. They come away, just coming from the stalls. The light blue of Nighteyes was a little bit unorganised coming out of the stalls. More Lamb and Rogue Sensation are fast away, and Frosted Dawn is towards the right in a prominent position. French Sand is right in behind those. Proudly Yours and also Pure Angel are showing up well. Unequal Love is the red jacket and blue cap. She'll be halfway down at the moment. Over the Blues is level with her with French Sand, then Prime Art, then Brazilian Rose, and then Nighteyes. Halfway stage, the yellow with the dark sleeves, Frosted Dawn bowls along in front here. Red and white Rogue Sensation in second. Moorland with a nose bound towards the left, where she's immediately trapped by Unequal Love. One from the right is Proudly Yours. On the right is Pure Angel. Behind these is Over the Blues, but Frosted Dawn making the best of her way home. Leads now with less than 2 furlongs to go. Moving through into second is Rogue Sensation. Prime Art on the extreme right. Behind those Unequal Love, Moorland, Nighteyes against the stand side running rail. Well inside the final furlong. Frosted Dawn under the stand side running rail. Prime Art down the far side of the course. Slow starter Nighteyes is finishing off very strongly indeed. Frosted Dawn has just about made all though to Prime Art, Nighteyes, Rogue Sensation and Unequal Love.
It's 2 in the day for Oisin Murphy. Frosted Dawn, second to Kilvinton last time out, goes one place better, making all. I heard from William Knight beforehand, beats Prime Art in second place for Jane Chapelheim and Billy Loughney, and Nighteyes, who was slowly into stride, has run well, run on him strongly for David O'Mara and Danny Tudhope in third.
Yeah, and today she did keep her focus until late on, and it was the runner-up Prime Art that maybe didn't to some extent, showing her inexperience late in the piece. She quickened up well to get into a challenging position and ran a blinder, but Frosted Dawn has kept going well out in front. She had a lot of them in trouble by this stage at the 2 furlong pole, including the favourite Unequal Love. I mentioned beforehand she can sort of hit that little bit of a flat spot sometimes in her races. That was the case today. Even though she won on quick ground at Ascot on a stiff track last year, I think probably easier ground suits her, particularly on these level tracks, these quicker tracks, and she's just been caught out for a little bit of pace really. She's still run okay, but she was never getting competitive. And Frosted Dawn did what she does. She showed her brazen speed through the first half of the race and got horses in bother.
Stall 3, keep an eye on her, and she just edges across the right. This is Listed Company. Interesting where she goes next. She's well entered up. She's in the King Charles, she's in the QE2 and the July Cup. Yeah, whether they'll go somewhere in between that.
Yeah, the thing is with the sprinters that there's such a fine margin between the different grades, and obviously you get 1 or 2 real class acts that come through each year, but if they don't perform, it opens it up into a really wide open division, doesn't it? And you can see that with Unequal Love last season, going from the Workingham to being beaten less than a length in the Sprint Cup. So they're entitled to have a crack at those races, and I imagine Prime Art will be in them as well as we go through the season. Certainly some of those races. She's entered actually in the July Cup as it stands at the moment, so that's a possibility for her later in the year. But I like the way that she sort of cut through the pack and travelled. At this point here, she's kind of stuck out in that middle ground, and she could probably have done with challenging this side of Rogue Sensation really, and I think if she had, she might have stayed straighter and gone and won the race, but it's just not how it played out. Nighteyes has run much better. Newmarket probably wasn't for her last time out. That's a much better run from her late on the scene for third.
Yeah, as we take the head on, you might just see her Prime Art edges out to the centre of the track, away from the action.
Yeah, just that, probably a little bit of inexperience, but also track position not helping her. She didn't have anything on that side, and she's leaned to her left and been away from where the winner was, so she hasn't had anything to aim at really.
Okay, we'll grab a quick word with Oisin Murphy. Well done. That was nice. You run well in the Kilvinton last time out and make it all here.
Yeah, no, it was kind of windy. I felt it in this race versus the second race on the 2-year-olds, and she maybe did well to make her own running, and it was a real pace collapse late, but she showed a good attitude.
She did. She's tough, isn't she?
Yeah, she's been busy over the last 3 weeks, but running to a very good level, and I'm delighted she was able to win today.
Fitzella looked smart at Ascot, and it was nice to shed her maiden in the previous race.
For sure, a beautiful filly, 2 down hot, behaved really well for a filly that could have been revved up from her debut run, and Hugo was quite sweet in her, and she gave me a nice feel late, so hopefully she stays healthy now and he can have a think about the Albany.
You're flying to the Curragh for Cosmic Year. What a Guineas that looks.
Yeah, really good race, as it should be, and I'm delighted for the Curragh that they have a strong field assembled. Cosmic Gear felt good last Saturday. Everything's been perfect since his listed win at Newmarket, and it's great for Harry Charlton. I'll be delighted if he could run a big race. It would mean a lot to us.
He's very quick, isn't he?
He's a very fast horse, but you know, everything he's displayed so far is he's easy to ride, he relaxes, and hopefully he'll do the same tomorrow.
Good stuff. Nice way to warm up. Well done.
Cheers, cheers, Niall.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.